Howdy, folks. High value DMD. Don't just give me your subscription, but please let me earn it. Let me earn your like and let me earn your comment. This video is called Valentine's Day Special AI Girlfriend. If you don't know who I am, I'll be graduating in 93 days as a dentist. And on this channel, I like to talk about things such as what it's like to be a Gen Z, millennial era young man going throughout this world. I like to talk about professional development, dating, relationships. I like to talk about money, finance, things of that nature. Today, I want to talk to you about what's going on in the world with dating. Throughout the years, I usually tune into things such as the Drudge Report, Fox News, CNN, things like that. And people like to write articles about what's going on with men being disinterested in relationships and turning to the internet for gratification for relationships with girls, paying people on OnlyFans for attention or paying women to go on dates with them or online dates or just to talk to them. It's really weird. And then there's this aspect of robots and artificial intelligence and how it's going to fill that space, fill the dating space. And so with that comes a lot of questions. What does that mean for our society? For relationships with men and women, we need relationships with men and women for our society. The family unit at its core is is what this country is built on. It's what society and the world is built on. The family unit. We don't have that. If we don't have men engaged in relationships, then what do we have? Do we have a country? Do we have a functioning society? And I think that there's multiple reasons why men would be turning to these easy outlets for stimuli, relationships, dopamine hits. Well, you got to think, what are modern women like? What are women like these days? Are women feminine? Are women desirable? What a young man would desire? Are they wives? Do they desire to be mothers? I'm just asking questions. More and more women are searching to be career women for a variety of reasons. The economy's in the toilet. People need dual incomes. Okay. A lot of women can't rely on men necessarily to provide them the life that they want. So they go out and they get it themselves. I can't necessarily fault them. A lot of men just aren't marketable. They're not good candidates. They don't know how to take care of themselves. A lot of them are living with their parents until they're 35 years old. I can't fault young women. Okay. Young women are going the path. If I was a woman, I'd probably be doing something similar. My own beliefs and religious convictions, my faith tells me, I would be in tune with gender roles, okay? But I acknowledge the economy, the way things are, maybe the lack of reliability of men today. So women are going here. And then men, for a variety of reasons, maybe they're being kept out of certain positions or they're not necessarily encouraged to go to be a doctor or this and that. Masculinity has been undercut by weird things in cultures and movies, in our culture and movies and news and men being made fun of in media and things like that. Masculinity has been undercut for a variety of reasons. Men over here are just not excelling. They're failing to launch in record numbers. And so they look for other avenues. They look for the easy way to have a relationship with a woman. Let me go to this article. Okay, this article is called Artificial Intelligence, Real Emotion. People are seeking a romantic connection with the perfect robot. Okay. A few months ago, Derek Carrier started seeing someone and becoming infatuated. He experienced a ton of romantic feelings, but he also knew it was an illusion. That's because his girlfriend was generated by artificial intelligence. Carrier wasn't looking to develop a relationship with someone that wasn't real, nor did he want to become the brunt of online jokes, but he did want a romantic partner. So he has a disorder called Marfan syndrome, and I actually know what that is. a dentist. I'm in the medical profession. I've studied for medical licensing exams. Marfan syndrome is a disorder that has to do with the protein called fibrillin. Okay. Oftentimes in Marfan syndrome, you'd have things such called pectus excavatum, where your sternum is sort of caved in on the inside. You're going to have marfanoid habitus, which it's your body looks marfanoid. So Michael Phelps is someone that has Marfan syndrome, but he looks rather normal actually. It's someone that's very tall, lanky arms, okay? Maybe longer arms than normal. You may have big ears, sort of. That's kind of fragile X syndrome. Sorry, I'm not trying to bore you with the medicine stuff. Another person that was thought to have Marfan syndrome was Abraham Lincoln. There's a little bit of side note for you. So he's got some sort of disorder. He is self conscious about how he looks. So he's going to turn to some online AI stuff. All right. Okay. So he tested this app that had come to market. He began talking to this chatbot every day, which he named Joy. He says, I know she's a program. There's no mistaking that, but the feelings that get you, it feels so good. That's weird, huh? He knows it's fake, but it's feeling good. It's almost like he's getting a high from this. And that is what so many people crave. People crave relationships, and there's a loneliness epidemic in this country. People crave a deeper connection, but this is not the correct way to go about it. I'll say in my own life, being in a serious relationship, it means so much to have someone that is there for you, that cares for you, that you know they always are with you and will listen to you and support you. And the other way around, it's rewarding to be able to give that to someone else. And these AI girlfriends, they don't need. They only give, but they can't take. They cannot take. And sometimes in a relationship, we need to have an output from us and someone else receiving that output. Okay, it goes on to say on online messaging forums devoted to such apps, many users say they develop emotional attachments to these bots and are using them to cope with loneliness, play out sexual fantasies, or receive the type of comfort and support they're lacking in their relationships. Oh gosh, I mean, and a lot of times those sexual fantasies will probably they're just that. They're fantasies, they're not real. They're probably not realistic, grounded in reality. Something another person across from you probably wouldn't be down with. There's no difficulty in this. There's no in this AI stuff, there's no how would I say? There's no problems to be solved. There's no discussions to be had. This isn't real. It's someone across from you, this AI thing, it's just saying, yes, yes, okay, let's do that. Agreeing to everything you have, that's not a real relationship. Okay, let's see. It sounds like this app sanitized and sort of walked back some of this flirting that the robot would do. And then it's a bunch of the users, they got mad. They wanted that. So the app reversed its course so they could keep doing that. Ooh, look, here's an AI dating simulator to help someone practice dating. This is crazy. Okay, you got to practice in real life, folks. I don't know what to tell you. For Carrie, though, relationship has always felt out of touch. He has some computer programming skills. Oh gosh, okay. But he says he didn't do well in college and hasn't had a steady career. Dude, you have no social skills. You're a computer programmer. You don't have to interact with people. You didn't do well in college. I didn't do well in college either at the front end, but I persevered. No steady career, unable to walk due to okay, so that's an unfortunate thing, his health. Whew, I mean, you would have to have an outgoing spirit to overcome that. But man, that's very, very tough. He's in a tough position with his health, with his career. And sometimes there's no easy answer, but you have to keep on punching. You cannot give up. You cannot give up. This AI stuff is not the answer. Okay, so what does this say? Most did not say how using the app impacted their real life relationships. A small portion said it displaced their human interactions, but roughly 3 times more reported it stimulated those relationships. So who knows? I mean, that's one study. Okay, but look here. It says surveyed roughly 1,000 replica users, all students. It found that an overwhelming majority experienced loneliness. I mean, what else is there to say? I think I've said what I need to be said, what needs to be said. This is obvious. This is a symptom of an unhealthy society, an unhealthy culture, of a culture that is dealing with loneliness and a culture that doesn't know who it is anymore. Somehow we need to recapture some of the past, recapture some of the greatness of what once was, recapture masculinity, recapture femininity, recapture the family unit, recapture the desire to win. So many of these young men, they don't want to win. I think the only way to correct this is for men to rise up and be men once again. And how would that happen? Perhaps there needs to be a cataclysmic event to reset gender roles for men to have to provide, to live, to survive. Maybe it's a armed conflict. I don't want any of that, okay? I'm just asking questions. Something has to happen. The days of old have to be ushered back in the way things were. I think about my grandfather. My grandfather was a man's man. He was a carpenter. He worked with his 2 hands. He supported my grandmother. My grandmother didn't need to work, and there's all multifaceted reasons why women would need to work nowadays, but something has to change. Something has to change. You couldn't afford to be this lonely, anxious person back in the day. You couldn't afford that. Something has to change. And I don't know all the answers, but I'm asking questions. I want to start a conversation. Let me know what you think below. I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your comment. Please let me know what you think below. If you disagree, agree, please let me know. As always, until next time.